Hey guys, we're out here at City View or Swan Gully, sorry, Full Drive Park in southeast Queensland. Out here testing out my latest Jeep, $2,000 1997 model TJ, and as well as Tegan's 2005 Wrangler Golden Eagle. We haven't taken either of these out since buying them yet. This thing is stock as a rock. I mean, apart from some all-terrain tires and an ARB bull bar, this thing is 100% stock as a rock. Well, we're actually calling it a day. We're going to go back, air up the tires, put the sway bar connects on, the links back on, and then bugger off. So yeah, I'm going to do a walk around on that. Going to obviously wash it because it's pretty filthy now. Put all the doors, windows, and all that kind of stuff back on, and run you through how much of a steal it is. Basically, I picked this up for an absolute steal. And then maybe the next video I'll run through this, which is another steal that we picked up last year. All right, fast forwarded to the future. Brought it down to a local car park to do the walk around. First things first, it is a 1997, well, 96 build. I think it was June 96. TJ Wrangler Sport. It's a 4-litre. It's got the AX15 5-speed manual in it. It's got a 290,000 kilometers. I can't remember what that is in miles. I'll put it on the screen. Good things. Has a bull bar. It hasn't been thrashed until I took it off-road. It's been fully rust-proofed underneath. Not that we have a major issue with rust in Australia, unless you go on the beach all the time. All this horrendous spray everywhere. Oops. Okay, all along the chassis. Looks like surface rust, but as you can see here, it's a coating. I think the guy even sprayed the wheels with it by the looks. Other features, it's got the, I think they're a 29-inch, 235 75 15s. One thing I noticed with this is it has the 3 grills across the top. I didn't realize the early TJs, the 97 models, were like that. Bad things, we've got corroded mirror mounts. Good thing is the soft top's really good. It was replaced within the last year, so the windows are scratched already, but that's going to happen. I think the most amazing part about this is the engine bay, how clean and tidy it is. For a 97 model, this is absolutely amazing. The only thing I've had to do so far, put a new radiator cap on it because it wasn't recovering, and a new TPS sensor because when I bought it, the guy said, oh, it runs like a bucket of crap. Don't know why. I brought it home. There were no codes, but when I chucked the code reader on, you could see that the throttle position sensor, the reading was all over the joint. So I just grabbed a new one from Rock Auto, slapped it on, and it was all good. What you'll notice with the engine bay, unfortunately, is the heater's disconnected. I haven't figured out whether or not the heater core is leaking or not. I didn't see any evidence of it on the passenger footwell when I was taking the carpets out, but perhaps that's happened, or perhaps they've just split one of the lines and they've decided to loop it across like this. I have a feeling that may have just been what happened. Other thing is, this is not the best. I'm gonna sort that out eventually. I don't like that hanging across there. Yeah, long story short, under here it's really good. Interior wise, it's an ugly interior. Seats are fine. This is torn. That's torn. Apart from that, there's a couple of marks. Seats aren't split or anything. The dash is atrocious. However, I'll be replacing all of this seats and all with the grey interior out of my white TJ. Had carpets, but I ripped all those out because the the guy had a dog, so there was just dog hair all through the carpets. It was a mess. The interior of the roof lining, whatever you want to call it, inside of the roof, it's really good. Roll bar padding is, it's sufficient. Not the best, but it's definitely not the worst I've seen. Um, needs to be zipped up, and maybe I'll tuck these back in, something like that. It's got a bit of a mark there, but no biggie. At the end of the day, it is a Jeep, and I don't expect it to be a princess. In the back, probably Rhino line or Raptor line the interior, and then maybe build a box section with a fridge slide and storage drawer. Everything. Oh, the typical 5-speed, the old school clip for the boot. That's broken, but that's fairly typical. Has the old school like pre-98, I think, heater controls, and these seem to go missing and never get replaced. I've 3D printed a replacement for mine, so aircon works beautifully. Heater obviously doesn't work because it's not connected. All right, well, I'll cut back to Swan Gully now, and I'll show you how this went, as well as a few other videos of how Tegan and her vehicle went, as well as some of the other guys that we went out with, guys and gals. I do want to say a big thanks to the guys and girls from the Brisbane Jeepers Facebook group. It was great to hang out, and I can't wait for the next meetup, basically. Cheers. We started the day off heading out to Beaudesert. Paid our money at the office at Swan Gully, and then we met up with some of the other Jeepers. We hit the first track, following Edward in his bright yellow JK. And this is the first track that we took the TJ on, and I think it handled it like a champ, an absolute champ. This was pretty rutted out, and right about here it cuts. I did get stuck a little. I had to back it back a bit, and yeah, right about there. Unfortunately, I got up to the top and I diffed out. I ended up having to be pulled out. So this was Tegan's first attempt of full driving in the Golden Eagle, and it was pretty crazy track for her first attempt. She got a little bit scared, but yeah, it's definitely a scary track to be on for a beginner, and the first time being in a short wheelbase TJ. So she did pretty well. Ultimately, it was a little bit too scary, and ended up taking over from here to get the TJ up to the top of the track. But for the rest of the day, Tegan wheeled herself and got herself in and out of mischief. Edward here, the driver of the yellow JK. He was a great spotter. He's got a lot of skill, and it was great to have him on there. As a testament to the little TJ's performance, going up this hill here, I just basically had my foot off the accelerator. I was actually looking at my phone most of the time, trying to delete videos and make space on my phone, and it just crawled along like a little tank. Here you can see I hit the tow bar and the fuel tank and the diff a few times, right about there. So the first and only scrapes on this Jeep are from me from this day. Another one there. So it's not too bad though, but it definitely needs a lift and some bigger tyres. We got around the corner and, well, yeah, old mate had fallen over. Thankfully, we all sort of pitched in, got some winches on there, and put our heads together and got it back on the wheels and kept going. This was my attempt of getting the TJ up quite a rocky and bouncy little hill. Couldn't make it, it just was diffing out the whole time. Not enough traction to stay on the ruts, on the top of the ruts, and it was just baying. I'm pretty sure this is right about where I bent the sump. But that was the only damage for the day. I mean, the fuel tank was a little bit dinted, but the sump was the worst. I think I did pretty well.
I forgot to press record on the way up, but give it a rev. Yeah, you lost that bit of your exhaust again.
So what actually ended up happening with the exhaust is the clamp had fallen off and it basically just slid out of the joint. But I was able to slide it back in and keep it quiet again for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
After this, we ended up going to the playpen, took some photos, got some flexi shots, and called it quits. Now it's the end of the video, apparently. So I'm going to bugger off now. As I said, air up the tyres and hit the road and head back home. So catch you guys next time.